All right, guys. Injuries from the game. Nick Bosa had a knee, didn't return. Mikael Williams' wrist, he did return. Renardo Green had a head evaluation, he returned. Mac Jones had a knee, he returned. C.J. West had a thumb, didn't return.
Rule anything out with Nick's injury?
No, we can't rule anything out. I mean, they checked for ACL and stuff there. It was good with that, but we're still not sure, so we got to check with more thorough things here tonight and tomorrow.
After losing Bosa, out of curiosity, how do you think this game would have gone if Mikael Williams wasn't there on the other side of the defensive front, making plays down the stretch?
It's a big hypothetical. It would have been harder without him. Anytime you don't have your players, it just gets harder and harder. He made some big plays in that game, and I thought our whole defense did. I thought the fortitude, the resilience they had throughout the whole game, our whole team, I thought was really impressive.
At what point did Mac hurt his knee, and how do you think he
played? On the drive, he hurt it in the red zone when the one we went for it on 4th and goal from the 2 and didn't get it. Did you have a follow-up question?
given that?
I thought he did some really good things. I know there's a couple that he'd love to have back. I thought his pick was just a bad play. Love for Ricky to be able to break that up, but I thought it was a bad call. The way he came back in the end on that last drive, he was unbelievable. Even scrambling around when his knee was bothering him. But he was real good today.
What did you think your view of Upton Stout's play, the breakup there?
It was unbelievable. I mean, they had him beat on the play. I mean, he had some separation. That's how kind of Upton's been with everything. Just never quits, never stopped, ate up the cushion. I didn't get to see, but it looked like he raked out the ball when the guy was bringing it down in transition. Huge game. Wouldn't have been able to win it without that play.
You have a goal line yardage in mind to set up for Pinero, and what was the confidence level into him on that last kick?
I was confident. I mean, we don't have a lot of life experiences together, so I don't, but yeah, so I was feeling good with it, and he definitely kept that going. We were going to kick along. We were in field goal range earlier before that. I love the screen that Christian did. The guys blocked great for him, got it in there, made it easier, and then we centered it, and he hit the game winner.
A lot of new faces obviously coming into the season, been a lot of shuffling with injuries. What is it about the fabric of this team? What does it say about it that you guys have been able to eke out these three kind of grimy wins?
I've just been so proud of the guys in all three games. All three of those games were games that could have gone either way. We've had to overcome a lot in those games going into them with some injuries and some people we've lost during the games in all three. I think those were some of the games that I think we struggled to win last year, and to have three like that and to win all three, can't say enough about the guys in there.
Do you remember the play call on 4th and 2 on the 34-yarder to Pearsall? What'd you think of it?
Yeah, trips right, 3-jet Florida. Thought it was awesome. Mac had an option to hit KB on the out route or to throw Ricky on the go. He had a good look for both of them, and he chose the right one. It was a big-time play.
You even hesitated to go for it there. Did you have that play ready to go? Had that been set up?
It wasn't really the play ready to go, but I knew based off what we did the down before that we were going to give him 2 tries, and I was hoping we could run it. We had a chance to, came up just short, and then those guys were big time on that.
That doesn't seem like an easy throw. Mac's on the opposite hash, throwing across the field. Is that a throw that he's good at? I mean, are you confident in him making that throw?
Routes to the field, you don't worry about. They better have a strong enough arm to throw to the field. But Mac's been good at throwing goals all the time. Whether he hits them in stride or whether he hits them with the back shoulder, that's really based off of the separation that Ricky gets on it. I thought Ricky got the separation, and Mac dropped it in there. They were telling me it was dicey towards the sidelines, so that's why we hurried up and ran a play. I never got to see the replay or anything, but it was a big-time throw, big-time catch.
There was so much concern about Christian going into the season and him standing up to, getting hit all the time, and he got hit a ton today, and he wound up still making that big screenplay at the end. How tough was he today to get through this game, and how
tough as he always is? Christian is never not like that. He battled, did a lot of good things in the run game and the pass game, but that's how Christian is to me every day of his life. So very grateful to have him.
Christian and Ricky had like 26 targets, something like that. On the last drive, though, Mac kind of spread around Sky Moore, Tonjes, all those guys. Was there any conscious effort on your part to say, hey, maybe they're sitting on some things, let's try to get other guys involved, or was that just kind of how?
I think it's more just no huddle 2 minute. I mean, you have plays, and you design most of your stuff for your guys, and then coverage will cover them, and then you go to the next guy. So Christian sometimes gets a lot more targets because he gets them when you end with a check down also. Not to mention we target him as number 1 a bunch. But when you get in a 2 minute situation, you're just going, no huddle plays and stuff, it really doesn't matter. So the ball went there, and those guys stepped up big and made some big time plays on that drive.
Kendrick Bourne on that drive in particular.
Kendrick was awesome. Kendrick seemed pretty good every time we went to him. Thought there was one low one I would have loved him to catch on 1 3rd down, I believe. But KB just in these 2 weeks, every time we've gone to him, he's made some big plays. Love how he steps back to the ball, and love how he finishes after. And it was awesome with Sky too, showing up there.
Think about Ricky and how he's played, especially this game. Can you just expand on what you thought from watching him? I mean, it seemed like he kept a lot of drives alive late, and then you didn't have Jawan Jennings, which everybody calls third and Jawan. What was it like to have Ricky Pearsall out there today?
I mean, this is how Ricky's been for a while. We felt it towards the end of last year. He's been this way all through training camp, and it's one of the reasons we wanted to draft him here, and hasn't disappointed us at all. So he stepped it up big, and you got to do that even more when you have guys out like JJ and guys like George.
From the guys in the deep.
Team after this game, what did you have to say to them?
Just how proud of them I was with just, I said it to them using big words for myself, but fortitude, resilience, the character. People had to help me with those. But I was just, to me, you felt it throughout the whole game. You could tell it wasn't going exactly how we would like, the time of possession, stuff like that. Really struggling on 3rd down. I think we had our 7th play on offense, I want to say was 7 minutes into the 2nd quarter. So they were controlling the ball, and we weren't moving the ball on 3rd down, so it made it real tough, but the guys never wavered. For the D to stop them at the end, and then us to get a safety, and then the Stout to come back and make the play to give the offense another chance. It was a hell of a job by everybody.
What did you see from the D-line
After the game? We know his parents went to the locker room to check on him. What were his spirits kind of
I
like?
haven't seen Nick yet. I'm sure he's concerned. And just knowing how he would be, and hopefully we'll have some good news tomorrow.
To clarify, they've rolled out an ACL for him?
They haven't ruled it out. No, we're not sure. There is concern because of how he feels, and they do the tests and stuff on the sideline. When usually they say whether he definitely did or not, and they didn't say that. But we are concerned with that, and keeping our fingers crossed for the MRI or whatever he does.
A 3-0 start, but 2-0 in the division, and 2 close wins in the division. What does that say so far about your season?
Well, it's big. They all count. But you like to say towards the end, the division games count a little bit more. So these are 3 wins that could have gone either way, especially having 2 on the road, and especially 2 in our own division. So really good start for us, and we just got to make sure to keep it up.
Do you think he bounced back on both sides of the ball after not getting the 4th and 1 at the goal line? And would you like that call back, or did you like the call he didn't execute?
No, I'd like it back. Anytime it doesn't work, I'd like it back. I wanted to go a different direction. That's why I hesitated a little bit, almost called a timeout. I actually wanted to call the play that we scored on the next time down there, on the bootleg to Juice. But I was worried about it. I was watching Mac limp a little and stuff, so we didn't want to do a rollout with them. Felt good when it snapped, but they ended up doing a blitz, and they had our hot throw covered, so it just didn't work out. So, yeah, I was disappointed with it. Defense held them pretty good, and we got it back. But actually, they held them to what I thought was a safety, so then I felt really good about it. But the ball was out of the end zone, so it wasn't a safety. And then I thought we were going to go on and score, and that was our next drive was a pick. So a lot happened right there, and just glad we were able to finish with the ball last.
That Panero's a pretty confident guy. I know you don't talk to kickers that much, but have you gotten that sense from him that he's kind of an extra confident kicker?
It seems like it. Carries himself that way. He was cool breaking down the team there at the end. But we've enjoyed him here in these 2 weeks, and liked how he's handled himself, and you definitely like guys even more when they make kicks.
What did you see in the safety they called against your offense?
It looked like that. It looked like Dom got beat. We were trying to get rid of it quick and hit Ricky right there, hooking up. It felt like the backer was driving on him, and I don't know if Matt could have hit him or not, but he had a shuffle because of the quick win. I think it was Calais. It was Shocker. I was hoping we didn't hold him. I saw on the scoreboard it looked like he didn't totally grab him, but it's tough part about being backed up like that.
You want Sky to not fair catch that one?
What's that? From where I was looking at it, looks like that. When you have a fair catch of the 6, that's usually not where we want it. So I couldn't tell where that last one landed at the end, but it looked like the right thing. I thought he was in the same situation and let it go, and it was much easier having a touchback there.
What did you see from the D-line after Bosa went down?
I just saw him step it up. As I saw a number of guys make plays, I thought they contained Kyler pretty good, which is a huge challenge. The whole goal is to keep him in that pocket, and it is extremely hard with how fast he is and how quick he is. And I thought we played the run game very well. They didn't give any big ones, and I was real proud of the whole defense, but especially the D-line.
What
what can losing a guy like Bosa mid-game do to the mental unit, and how did you see them just respond?
I mean, it didn't seem like they wavered. I mean, anytime you lose your best player, I mean, guys are disappointed and stuff, but you can't sit there and feel sorry for yourself. I mean, it's tough enough to play in this league, and you got to be ready. And I didn't sense anything from the guys at all. You didn't hear anyone talking, and guys had to step it up, and it looks like the guys did. All right, thanks, guys.